Alright, you're welcome once again to another section of the WAEC Past Question 2024. The question says the fractional change in length produced in an elastic material of spring constant 680 Newton per meter when a force of 306 Newton is applied to stretch it is 1.5. Stop. Calculate the original length of the material. Now we know from Young's modulus that the extensive stress all over strain, and the strain is a material. So what do we do now? We know that strain, that's the solution. Strain is equal to extension all over the original length, which is equal to 1.5 because it does not have any unit. So the strain here is 1.5. So the original length will be equal to extension of the length all over the strain, which is 1.5. Okay, we are moving on. Now we know that from Hooke's law that states that the force applied on the material is directly proportional to the extension, provided the elastic limit of the material is not exceeded. So we now have this. So making E the subject of the formula, E will now be equal to F all over K. So E will now be equal to F all over K. Alright, so let's now put in the parameters. We now know from the equation that the force constant K is equal to 680 Newton per meter. And from the equation, we know that force is equal to 306 Newton. You can see the force here. This is the spring constant, the K. So what do we now have to do from here? So all we have to just do now is to put in the equations and then solve. So we now know that E will be equal to 306 all over 680. Now if you now solve this all, you're going to have 0.45 meter. Now remember, we are looking, the question says that calculate the original length of the material you want to find. So now find the original length. So the original length now will now be equal to E all over 1, the strain 1.5. So if we now put everything on, we are going to be having our E 0.45 divided by 0.45 divided by 1.5. If you now divide this, so we are going to be having 0.3 meters. So 0.3 meters becomes the original of the material. If you want to convert this to centimeter, we'll have 30 centimeters. So 30 centimeters or 0.3 meters is the original length of that material. Take note of the solving procedure. You can add to subscribe and share to people that it will be beneficial to.